I experienced love from all my friends, my family, and everyone that I care for.
When I'm with my parents, because they feed me, and
I experience love through my friends. They care for me, I care for them, and it's a good deal.
I experience love at the skate park when I'm hanging out with my closest friends. We're just kind of bonding, learning tricks and just filming. And
I guess around my family and friends, just knowing that they're there for me at all times means that I can feel safe and happy.
Personally, I experience love in my life through the ones that I love and the ones that reciprocate that love for me. They show me that I am worth their time and their care, and it makes me feel special and worthwhile.
I experience love in my life when I'm around my family because it makes me feel like I'm not alone.
probably when I go to the baseball field with Dad, and it's a tradition to get a bacon and egg roll and a Coke and watch the game.
I'll say, at home with my family. You probably heard it a lot, but by now. I don't know, I know they love me unconditionally, I love them unconditionally. It's just,
Well, I experienced love in my life in my ministry class. I recently moved schools and I just felt love with how the rest of the class accepted me and made me feel welcome.
I experienced God's love in many different aspects of my life, but I think the main one would have to be when I'm playing guitar and singing praise and worship songs and hymns at Mass on a Saturday.
When I'm having a hard day and someone comes and says something to me and I don't know, I feel like it's something from God.
I feel God's love when I'm around my dad. Like, he taught me almost everything I know. So when he's teaching me things, I really enjoy it. It makes me feel loved and makes me feel like I'm cared about and that I'm wanted.
I experience God's love when I'm just listening to some relaxing music and I'm just by myself and I just know that He's always watching over me and caring for me.
I experience God's love in my life when I see sunsets and sunrises, and it just reminded me that the struggles I was going through and the hard times, that God was always there for me.
I experience God's love when I'm out fishing in nature, and
I feel like I experience God's love when I'm watching or listening to people perform their arts, such as music or dramas or even movies, because I feel like God's message can really be spread through those sort of sources.
I experience God's love when I'm playing footy, when I'm playing with my teammates, because we're all supportive of each other.
I experience God's love through new beginnings and opportunities. For example, my stepdad got to have a surgery, which means he can go back to work and be himself again.
I experience God's love when I'm here at school. We do Mass, and when we all come together, it really just makes me feel a part.
I experience God's love in my life through His verses and His words in the Bible and the nature He surrounds me with.
I think God's love comes also when I am struggling in sports or something, when I need the strength to keep going. God's always there for me.
I experienced God's love through the help that Lismore receives during the floods. It's not something that happens every day, so seeing the community come together and help each other, you can really feel and see God's love there.
Pretty much everywhere, but mainly when I go to my grandfather's grave, I experience a lot of love from there.
I sing a lot on stage. His love gives me the confidence to do those crazy, exciting, energetic things.
Probably when I'm in the chapel or in church, because whenever I'm doing the prayers or just in Mass general, I just feel happy and I feel connected to God.
Well, I experience God's love all the time. People's just kindness and generosity, I can feel God's love acting through them.
I've got to say my mum. She's gotten me through the toughest times in my life, and I don't think I'd be the person I am without her. She shows me that faith is real and that I can have my own faith and experience God in my own ways.